time I was just taking out the garbage. Where you been?
Shit, man, I've been taking care of these motherfuckers.
Oh, damn.
Y'all was coming in, and now you're backing out. It's hard to talk big with a shotgun in your mouth. I'm glad you brought your friends. They can watch it go down. I got mine too. So welcome to my house. Cause these are my people, and this is my land. This is what we pray for, and this is God's plan. And if you ain't from here, then you won't understand. This is my country, and this is who I am. So welcome to my house. So welcome to my house. You better believe it, cause today won't be your day. I can guarantee it, you should turn and walk away and get to leaving, or I'll let this 12 gauge do all my speaking. Don't push me on the edge, boy. Cause I'm aiming for your head, boy. And all I see is red, boy. I told you not to cross that line. I'm giving you a chance, boy. You see the devil in a glance, boy. Shotgun knock you out your pants, boy. I told you not to fuck with mine. Lord have mercy. Lord have mercy. Lord have mercy. Lord have mercy. Y'all was coming in, and now you're backing out. It's hard to talk big with a shotgun in your mouth. I'm glad you brought your friends. They can watch it go down. I got mine too.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to UltimateDirtTV. Tonight on the program, round number 4 of the FEGPC Premier Dirt Sprint Car Series 305s travel to Weedsport Speedway Park. Coming off last week at the dirt track at Charlotte, where we've seen our third different winner in 3 weeks of competition. Jack Clevenger, your new points leader, coming into tonight, sits 4 points clear ahead of Nick Klinkenbeard, who sits in second. Christopher McKeithen in third. Billy Northcutt fourth. And James Cavallero will round out the top 5. There is just a mere 17 points separating your top 5 in the point standings. As well, we've got no qualifying on the program. The first of what will be 3 heat races on the docket for tonight. Heat race number 1, starting on the pole position, driving the Dirt Panda Racing Team 000 machine. That'll be Billy Northcutt. And to the outside in car number 26, Sage Luther will start position number 2. Position number 3 will be the 63 of Nathan Voss. And to the outside, Evan McElhaney lines up at a position number 4. Tommy Jordan driving the Texas number 2 machine will start at a position number 5. And Joshua Dubb driving car number 7 will line up from the 6th starting position. 12 laps will be the distance. We're just waiting on Tommy Jordan to take to the virtual racetrack here tonight. 30-lap main event on the docket. We go back to what was race number 1, where Hunter Parsons picked up the win at Eldora. Week 2, we travelled to Cedar Lake Speedway, where Nick Klinkenbeard picked up the win. And then, of course, last week at the virtual dirt track at Charlotte, where it was Leighton Kramer who got the win and led all laps in the main event. We'll see if we can have our 4th different winner in succession in 4 different weeks. We'll wait and see. But we've got heat races to attend to first. And, well, heat race number 1 is on the docket right now. And again, welcome in to Ultimate Dirt TV live across Facebook and YouTubers. Well, again, simultaneous broadcast going on at the same time. BJ Duval, Jerry Vansicle, and Trevor Frank over in the National Sim Racing Sprint Car Series, the 410s. I believe they're at Fairbury there tonight. And of course, Steve McMillan will be on another broadcast in, I dare say, around 10, 15, maybe 20 minutes time. I think there's 410s. I want to say Knoxville or Cedar Lake. There might have been Knoxville last week. But anyhow, we're not worried about that. We are worried about 305 sprint cars here at Weedsport. Northcutt and Luther. 5 cars. Jordan didn't make the call for heat race number 1. We are green as we head off down into turn number 1 and 2. It's going to be Billy Northcutt to lead. Luther out of the outside. Voss runs in the 3rd position. Voss going to try and sneak up down on the inside, down into 3 and 4. He'll drift up, and no, he'll back out of it, realizing that he wasn't going to get cleared. Again, these drivers, well, they've had a 60-minute practice session, and the track is slick from top to bottom. There's not a whole lot of grip left around this joint, so we'll see how these drivers handle the slick conditions at the moment. 2 laps into the book. Here comes Luther now, diving down to the inside. He nearly caught the left rear there of Billy Northcutt, your race lead, as we head off down into turn number 3 and 4. 1/4 race distance is complete. Northcutt leads Luther. Voss running in 3rd position. Good battle for 4th and 5th. There's Dubb and McElhaney now. Joshua Dubb in the 7 machine. The Bass Pro Shops number 7 entry moves into position number 4. Your race leader, though, speaking of 4s, we're 4 laps in of heat race number 1, the FEGPC Premier Dirt Sprint Car Series 305s Fix Setup Racing. A 30-lap main event on the docket for later on tonight, but we're still going to get through 3 heat races first, plus a 5-minute warm-up session. And during that warm-up session, the track is going to get a bit of a scratching. It'll get regraded to about 8%, so there'll be plenty of grip for the start of your main event for round number 4, the FEGPC 305 Sprint Car Series. Cross flag sticks around halfway home. 5, 6 down and 6 to run. Northcutt, your race leader from Luther. Luther trying to close in down into turn number 3 and 4. The gap is just separated by a couple of tenths of a second as that opens up to 3 tenths of a second. So the 3 tenths of a second, there's not a whole lot of it in 305 sprint cars. It's all about trying to keep your momentum up, and these guys can do that, keep the car as straight as possible. Well, there's a good chance that these guys are going to go forward towards the front. And speaking of the front, we're still at the front right now. Northcutt and Luther. We're really driving up to the outside concrete wall in the middle of turn number 1 and 2. Very different entry styles into the turns. Look at the run that Luther got on the cushion with 3 to go. You cannot enter on the cushion into turn number 1. The wall, it jumps back out at you. So you've got to enter it somewhat mid-track at best. Or if you want to slide it down from the bottom, just like Luther is just there. And Northcutt drove back around the outside. Very, very brave move there by Billy Northcutt for the Dirt Panda Racing 0 team. He's just got a lap and a bit to run as he heads off down to the final 2 set of turns. The white flag is out this time by Sage Luther. Can he close in half a second behind? Oh, I'm going to say no, but Northcutt, he makes a little bit of a bobble there down into turn number 1 and 2. The checkered flag is going to be out this time by Luther. Now going to duck down to the inside. Here comes the move. No, Northcutt. Oh, a little sideways there. Contact. There's a drag race to the line, and who's going to get it? Oh, boy. Northcutt, did he just throw away a half a second lead in 1 lap to get the job done? Or will Sage Luther be victorious in heat race number 1? We'll have to go to the official timing and scoring loop on that one. Let's take a look at heat race number 1 results. 14 1,000ths of a second. Billy Northcutt in the Dirt Panda Racing 0 gets the win in heat number 1. Sage Luther comes home in second spot. Nathan Voss third. Joshua Dubb, Evan McElhaney will round out your top 5, and Tommy Jordan, of course, did not grid. Heat race number 2. We're just waiting on the pole sitter, but we'll take a look at your Ultimate Dirt TV starting grid. Shane Bennett scheduled to line up on the pole position. To the outside, James Kaufman going to line up at a position number 2. Position number 3 is going to be James Cavalier. To his outside, Alexander Cowan lines up at a position number 4. Jack Clevenger will start at a position number 5. And Nick Klinkenbed will start out of position number 6. Spoke about the points earlier on. How about this one? 3 drivers inside your top 5 are starting in heat race number 2. So Jack Clevenger, your points leader. He's going to start what is now position 3. Shane Bennett did not make the call. So Jack Clevenger, your points leader, starts position number 3. Nick Klinkenbeard will start on the back row by himself at a position at number 5. And James Cavaliero now going to start on the pole position for this one. Boy, this should be exciting. So the 88, the 78, and the 66. They are 1, 2, and 5 in the point standings coming into tonight. Let's see what happens here. Green flag is about to be at a very slow pace at the start-finish line when the iRacing green flag. And in fact, the track has been reset already, so they should carry a little bit more speed. And now we might see a couple of different lines of racing here in heat race number 2. Clevenger on the inside of Cavaliero. Clevenger will take the race lead. Look at that. And now Klinkenbeard straight up into position 3, trying to challenge for second on the inside of Cavaliero. So it's going to be first and second. Sitting first and second in the point standings. Cavaliero goes a little high into turn 3 and 4, and Klinkenbeard takes full advantage of that one. And now Klinkenbeard trying to run down Clevenger. 4 points separating these 2 drivers in the championship standings after 3 weeks of competition. Eldora, Cedar Lake, and the dirt track at Charlotte. We now here at Weedsport. Clevenger in the 78, and again, he has been a driver over the past couple of weeks. He has showed phenomenal speed, even in the first week at Eldora when he was really coming on strong before half of these drivers had some fuel issues. And it was only that I think a good portion of the field actually ran out of fuel coming to the white or coming to the checker. But it's still Jack Clevenger, your leader, as we work on completing lap number 6. So we're working on throwing the cross flag sticks. Part of the iRacing flag and sticks them out. Cross flag sticks are out. 6 down. and 6 to run. Clinkerbird still runs in second spot. Winner at Cedar Lake a couple of weeks ago. Cavallero runs in the third position, the 88. He started on the pole position. Oh, look out. He may have just caught the inside wall there. Now that puts Alexander Cowan into position number 3. So first yellow of the evening, and it's going to come courtesy of the 88 of James Cavallero. We'll take a look at the Ultimate Dirt TV instant replay. So again, just taking a look down into turn number 3 and 4, and yeah, just caught the inside wall of the left front. A tough break there for James Cavallero. He'll bring it into the virtual toe, and he'll go back to the pit area. Shane Bennett again, still not gridding. Jason, if you message Mr. Jeffrey Ford from FEGPC, he'll be able to let you know on how to get involved in the league. Again, this is already week number 4, and there's still another 9 weeks after this one. So yeah, just send us a message after the race. We can certainly get you in touch with Jeff from FEGPC, and he'll be able to let you know how to get involved. Again, wonderful prize money and prizes up for grabs in the season. Not only this, but they also run the asphalt street stocks in the NASCAR Gator Truck Series as well, Monday and Wednesday night for those. Green flag is out, and Clinkerbird got the jump there on Clevenger, and Clinkerbird now going to take the race lead. Clevenger going to slip back to position number 2. And not the way that he would have liked to have that restart there, but man, Clinkerbird, I thought he might have been ahead of the pace, but turns out the reaction time's just a little bit better right now. But Clevenger really got some speed in that routine racing number 78 machine. Clinkerbird down into turn number 3 and 4. We complete lap number 9 with just 3 remaining here at the Weedsport Speedway. Clevenger once again now to the inside. Clevenger, Clinkerbird side by side for the race lead. Clinkerbird running right where the darker stuff, the darker moisture is, and the loose marbles. He'll now try and shut the door down into turn number 1 and 2, but here comes Clevenger trying to peek back to the inside. It's good side-by-side battle for the race lead. First and second in the point standings. Look out left, rear to right front as the white flag is out. 1 to run for Nick Clinkerbird. He's just going to put 2 more turns together, and he will go on to, everybody's going to the main event, but he will go on to collect the heat race win here in Weedsport. Clinkerbird, your winner. Nick Clinkerbird driving the 66 machine. Jack Clevenger in the 78, going to come home second spot. Third will go to Alexander Cowan driving car number 19. James Kaufman in 4th, and James Cavallero going to round out your top 5. Shane Bennett, of course, did not make the grid. And speaking of grids, we go to our Ultimate Dirt TV starting grid for heat race number 3. Your third and final heat. They call him Old Man. Jay Dodge driving the 57 machine. He'll start to the front row on the inside at a position number 1. At a position number 2, driving car number 11, that's Christopher McKeithen. Rolling off from the second row on the inside, driving car number 15, that is Travis Snyder, position number 3. Position number 4, driving the Wolf Racing, car number 21, that's Blake Depanay. And Leighton Kramer, last week's feature winner from the dirt track at Charlotte, he'll line up at a position number 5. And at a position number 6 in car number 30, that's Tyler Vantol, will make up the 6 cars in heat number 3. Again, all cars going directly into the main event. Or if we do have a B main, the B main drivers will just be racing for positions and positions only. We'll have to wait and see what happens here, but what we know what is going to happen, Pace Truck is going to take a right-hand turn to the outside of the speedway, and we are going to bring this into a slow pace down into turn number 3 and out of turn number 4. Dargett, Jay Dargett in the 57 and Christopher McKeithen in the 19 machine. Waiting for the green flag, and there we go. The pace pickens up. We are racing. Kramer going to make it 3 wide already now. We're going to nearly go 3 wide for the race lead. Depine from the outside of the second row gets to the race lead down the back straightaway into 3 and 4. Depine will lead lap number 1. Dargent runs in second. McKeithen third, along with Vansol. Vansol to the inside of McKeithen now. Kramer gets by Snyder for position number 5, and here comes the 19 of Christopher McKeithen now. Oh, look out, Vansol. Got a little crossed up there now. Vansol to the inside on Jay Dargent. Dargent working to the outside. Dargent going to slip back to position number 3. They'll make a little contact. Dargent hard into the crete and upside down. We might go yellow. No, he got it back on all 4s. We are staying green. McKeithen slide job on the 30 of Vansol. Now Kramer takes full advantage of the situation, and Kramer now moves to position number 3. Meanwhile, Blake Devaney continues to gap the entire field by a 1.5 second gap, while Kramer drifts it way up to the concrete in turns 1 and 2, and now drives it back down the racetrack. Nearly took the snoot off the 30 machine of Tyler Vansol. Vansol back to the inside, the rub wheels right rear to left rear, and nearly again down into turn number 3 and 4. There at 1 and 2, so there's some more contact. And now here comes Travis Snyder, the 15, going to make it a 3-way dance, 3 wide, Kramer to the outside, and Vansol works back to the inside. What a race we've got down into 1 and 2. Vansol, Kramer comes down the racetrack, Vansol slides up. Again, well, they're starting to sing some songs, why don't you meet me in the middle, and that's exactly what is happening right now. Kramer this time, going to get a little bit lower, he'll get way lower down into turn number 1. Depine continues to lead. It's only now down to 9/10 of a second. Oh no, upside down goes Christopher McKeithen. And second time we've seen that happen. And the yellow flag is going to come out. Christopher McKeithen was looking good for a good starting position in tonight's main event. We'll take a look. The UltimateDirtTV instant replay. Christopher McKeithen. He was a driver that was 3rd in the point standings coming into tonight. And just one simple mistake, and that is all that it takes. And let me tell you, it is so very, very easy to do on a track like this. Let's take a look at just how easy it can be as we ride on board with the 19 of Christopher McKeithen. And right about there is where you're thinking, oh no, look out, I'm going to hit the wall, and ouch, around she goes and upside down. And McKeithen did everything in his power to get that number 19 machine back on all 4s, so he would at least be able to contest the rest of the heat race. But however, he's remained on his side, and well, the crash crew, the virtual crash crew, the safety crew has said, well, it's time to get that car on the virtual tow and take that back to pit road. Speaking of pit road, that's where the pace truck is going to go right now. Lights are out. Pace truck, right hand turn right now. There we go. Blake Depine, Leighton Kramer, Tyler Vansol, 1, 2, and 3. Travis Snyder, Jay Dargent, your top 5 as the green flag flies. We are underway. Dargent snuck up on the inside there of Snyder. Make up a black flag for that one. Whether that one gets cleared or not, well, we'll let race control deal with that. That's way above our pay grade. Kramer, big slide job line down into turn number 3 and 4. 3 laps left to run. Vansol was all over the back of Kramer, but Kramer now drives away from the 30 of Vansol. And Kramer comes after your race leader, Depine, down into 3 and 4. Popsicle sticks are out, 2 to run. In your final heat race of the night, Depine, Kramer, Vansol, Snyder, and Dargent. Your top 5 with McKeithen. Well, again, he'll have to do it the hard way from the back of either B main or back of the main event. The white flag is out, 1 to run for Depine in the 21 machine. Back straight away for your final time. Heat race number 3 is about to be complete. But the iRacing flagman says that's enough, boys. 12 laps is complete. And we are done in heat racing competition here. Do we go to the B main? No, we do not. So what that means, all drivers will transfer directly into your 30 lap main event. We'll wait for heat race number 3 results to come up on your screen. There they are. Blake Devaney and the Wolf Racing Caliber 21 machine gets the job done over Leighton Kramer. Again, last week's feature winner, Leighton Kramer, at the dirt track at Charlotte. Home in second spot. Tyler Vansell in third. Travis Snyder rounds out your top 4. Jay Dargent comes home in position number 5 with Christopher McKeithen, who unfortunately was a casualty in heat number 3. Comes home in position number 6. He'll have to start position number 18 from the main event. And well, our main event is up next on the program. Again, we've got a 5-minute warm-up session, and we've been babbling on for about a minute already. So what we'll do, we'll take an opportunity just to quickly go through the points and the 3 feature race winners so far. Round number 1 at the Eldora Speedway. February 23 was won by Hunter Parsons. He got the job done. Round 2, March 2nd at Cedar Lake Speedway. Nick Klinkenbeard got his first win of the season. And last week, March 9, at the dirt track at Charlotte, it was Leighton Kramer who picked up his first win of the season. After 3 weeks of competition, Jack Clevenger, 119 points. Nick Klinkenbeard, 4 points behind with 115 points in second. Christopher McKeithen, 15 points behind your leader with 104 points, sitting in third. Fourth, Billy Northcutt, sitting tied, in fact, with Christopher McKeithen for tied third. And then rounding up the top 5 with James Cavaliero. So what we'll do, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to step aside here on Ultimate Dirt TV, pay a couple of bills, come back in just a few moments' time. Tyler, thank you so very much, buddy. 4-week streak champion on sending some stars, and we do have a giveaway as well for our supporters for just $4.99 a month. You could be in the draw to win $50 at the end of the month. However, if we reach more than 15 supporters, we're going to bump it up at $100. And of course, the more supporters that we have, well, the more chance that you have in winning some cash back in your back pocket. So again, your main event, the FEGPC Premier Dirt Sprint Car Series, the 305s, here at the Weedsport Speedway. We'll take a quick break, and on the other side of this, your main event up next. All right, we are back here on Ultimate Dirt TV coverage of the FEGPC 305 Sprint Car Series here tonight. Round number 4 from the virtual Weedsport Speedway. here, right here on Ultimate Dirt TV, live across Facebook and YouTube. Brett Wheeler with you for the call as we get set for your main event. Let's go from the back to the front. Position number 15 on the back of the 8th row will be Jay Dudgeon all by himself. Row number 7, position number 14, James Cavaliero to the inside. At a position number 13, that's Evan McElhaney. Position number 12 will be the 5 of Travis Snyder to the inside of row number 6 will be James Kaufman out of position number 11. We go to your top 10. Joshua Dubb driving car number 7 will start position number 10. Tyler Vantel in the 30 lines up out of position number 9. Position number 8 will be Alexander Cowan, and to the inside Nathan Voss out of position number 7. Leighton Kramer, a feature winner this season already, starts position number 6, and Jack Clevenger, your points leader, coming into tonight yet to pick up a win, looking for his first win of the season. He starts position number 5. The second row to the outside, looking again for another feature win here. For his first feature win, Sage Luther will start position number 4. Blake Depinay driving the 21 for Wolf Racing will start position number 3. And your front row, on the outside of the front row, position number 2, a feature winner a couple of weeks ago at Cedar Lake, Nick Klinkenbeard, and sitting second in the points, looking to bounce back after last week's horrific run at Charlotte. He starts position number 2. And picked up a couple of podiums already this season. Billy Northcutt driving the Dirt Panda Racing Team Zero Machine will start from the pole position. So, it's time to get your picks in, ladies and gentlemen. Who do you think is going to go to victory lane here tonight? Just put the numbers in chat, and we hope that you are cheering on your favourite driver. Pick a favourite car. If you don't have a favourite driver, you don't know them, well, just pick someone, put it in the chat. Let's see who is going to go to victory lane. Me, I'm going to take Nick Klinkenbeard. I say he's going to say he grab his second win of the season. I dare say Blake Depinay may grab a podium, and either Clevenger or Kramer are going to round out the podium. It's time for round number 4. It's time to get dirty for 30, and we are green with the 305 Sprint Car Series down into turn number 1 and 2. Billy Northcutt will lead. Klinkenbeard just running in the second position. Depinay moves to the inside, looking for position number 2. Track is still very, very juiced up at the moment. Depinay now to the inside on Klinkenbeard, and Klinkenbeard works back to the outside. Oh boy, look out now, side by side once again for second and third. Look out, Clevenger. Now going to fall back to position number 7. He'll lose all his momentum out of turn number 4. Down the back straight away again, we watch Depinay, Klinkenbeard. Here comes Sage Luther in the 26 machine. Luther showed some good speed early on tonight, especially when the track was very, very slick. Maybe a little bit of advantage for both Billy Northcutt and Sage Luther. They were on the racetrack at the same time when the track was very, very slick. Oh, Klinkenbeard nearly got into the back of Depinay down into turn number 3. We start lap number 5 of 30. It's still Billy Northcutt who now opens up an 0.8 of a second advantage over Depinay in the 21 machine. Here comes Klinkenbeard now to the inside, trying to poke that nose, trying to sneak that front wing up on the inside just to say, hey, I'm here and well, I am ready to rock and roll. Oh, contact Depinay, he saved it. He goes hard into the pits, and well, tough break for Blake Depinay, but man, what a classy move that was. He could have just drilled that thing right into the concrete, could have brought a caution out, but Blake Depinay with probably the move of the night to keep the race green. Blake Depinay, I take my hat off to you, sir. Sage Luther runs in the 3rd position. Here comes Kramer and Vantel. Again, they had a great battle in the final heat of the night just about 6 or 7 minutes ago. But at the moment, Billy Northcutt in the Dirt Panda Racing number 0 machine. He's just got this field hammered down at the moment. Kramer to the inside on Luther, and Luther, he just powered back around the outside, driving the NOS Energy Drink car number 26 machine, the black and green entry. Kramer again after winning last week. He had very high expectations coming here tonight and trying to back up a repeat win, but at the moment we are 1/3 of the race distance complete. It is now 11 down and 19 remaining. And at this stage, well, Clinkerbeard closing in. He's picked up 2/10 of a second over Billy Northcutt. Northcutt, he's got Nathan Voss in front of him, I believe it is. Yeah, it is. Nathan Voss in the 63 machine. Look out, Luther dives to the inside and Clinkerbeard. This is exactly what Billy Northcutt needs right now. He needs these guys to battle with each other. Northcutt going to look to the inside there on Voss, your lap car. And that's exactly he needed. That was a break that Billy Northcutt needed. We complete lap number 13. Kramer tried in the middle of the racetrack. He'll drift it up to the concrete out of turn number 2, but there's Luther and Clinkerbeard. Still nose to tail down into turn number 3. Kramer getting a run now on Sage Luther. He goes from the outside. Will he go to the inside? No, he'll stay above the slick. Oh, look out. The right rear of Clinkerbeard nearly caught the Creed. Meanwhile, look at Jack Clevenger now sneaking back up into the top 5. Van Tol with a slide job, and oh, there goes Clevenger. And now with the lap car in the way, not so much in the way, but the guys have got a race around him. They split the lap car inside and outside. Nathan Voss, he holds his nerves down the back straightaway. Luther and Kramer split the difference out of turn number 2. We are past already the halfway stage of the main event. And again, Luther and Kramer continue to throw haymakers on each other. Man, you'd think we're in an octagon or a boxing ring right now, the way these two guys are throwing a hammer and tongue at each other. And meanwhile, up front, Nick Clinkerbeard closes in under 6/10 of a second now. You can see him reeling the zero machine in. Time is still plenty left of it. Kramer and Luther, they come together with Kramer with a slide job. May have just caught the front end now of Luther. Luther works it back to the inside. Wheel-to-wheel contact down the back straightaway. And that's going to give an opportunity for Jack Clevenger now. Clevenger works to the inside. Now he'll drift it upstairs down into turn number 1 and 2. Clevenger slowly but surely has got this thing figured out right now. Biggest mover, Jay Dargent, up 7 positions in the main event so far. Luther now moves down into 1 and 2 to the bottom side of the racetrack. Stays mid-track at best. He now takes over the 3rd spot. Meanwhile, we are under 10 to go. We've got 9 to run. And the lap car of James Kaufman sits in the way of your race leader, Billy Northcutt. Nick Clinkerbeard, who has done everything in his power to reel Billy Northcutt in. Oh, look out. There's your lap car going upside down. And we are yellow. Oh boy. And Clinkerbeard moved to the inside. And you've got to wonder, with the caution coming out, who is going to go back to the race lead. We'll have to wait and see. But a very, very close call for Billy Northcutt. And with the yellow coming out, we should be single file. So a number of things to keep an eye on. Single file. Does Clinkerbeard go past Northcutt? It does not look like that will be the case. So Northcutt is going to stay in the race lead. The caution laps are not counting, so that eliminates that of you go back to the last recorded lap. Cody, is Harvey out? There is no Harvey. Unless you are talking about Hayden Harvey in the 410s, but you'd have to go to the other video for that one. Tommy Jordan, Tyler Schultz. Tyler, thank you for another 100 stars, champion. Appreciate it. Clinkerbeard, yes. I'm not going to lie, I used to make fun of his name. I actually called him Chickenbeard for a long time. I think that was me being an absolute clown, though, in the official races. Lights are out. The field will double up, it looks like. No, looks like we're going single file restart. So maybe Clinkerbeard just pull into the outside and Billy Northcutt and just say, hey, I'm here. I'm ready to rock and roll for these final 7 laps. Can we see a 4th different winner, or will Nick Clinkerbeard? Will he be the first repeat winner of the FEGPC 305 Sprint Car Series? And the green flag comes right out there at the start-finish line. It's almost like a Williams Grove USA type of green flag. 6.5 remaining. Now Luther's got an opportunity as well. Luther, Clinkenbeard go to the top side. Northcutt runs the bottom side of the racetrack. Oh, Clinkenbeard now pulls to the outside, pulls in with him. Slider line coming out from Northcutt, and we are yellow. Oh boy. And a near back-to-back caution. Let's take a look at your Ultimate Dirt TV instant replay and find out what happened. The 19 here of Alexander Cowan. I dare say he may have caught the inside wall. Nope. Just a bit of a racing deal there with Tyler Vantel. One came up, one came down, and why don't you meet me in the middle? And there we go. Now, Rich, why would I race this? It's just 305s, buddy. Sometimes it's just fun just to sit back and be on the other side, be up here in the booth, calling the action. Now, there's a lot of prize money and good prizes up for grabs, but when you got a man like Jeff Ford who builds wonderful PCs come to you and say, hey, I want to put on a sprint car show and I want the best in the business, well, you kind of don't say no. You just make it work. You make time. Again, Tuesday, other than Sunday night, Tuesday probably our busiest night with 4 broadcasts on the program, 2, sometimes 3 going on at the same time. So there is a lot of sprint cars on offer. Whether it's 305s, 360s or 410s, we've got them all covered here on Ultimate Dirt TV. Rich, how about I walk over to you, buddy? No, that's too far. I'm flat out walking 20 yards before I need to sit down for the next 3 hours. 5 to run. Northcutt, can he hold on? We've already spoken to him a number of times this season. He's already said he's not a sprint car guy. He's a street stock kind of guy. And just trying to adapt to the different racing styles of the 305s and the sprint car, the street stocks and the sprint cars. Well, hopefully he can just hang on for what is going to be 4 more laps. Clinkerbeard, don't be a buzzkill. Give someone their first feature when you've already had one this season. Not trying to be biased or anything here as we go back to the yellow. But I would love to see Billy Northcutt park this thing on the top step of the podium. Come on, Billy. Yellow flag is out back on the racetrack. We've got one upside down. I believe that was our hard charger of Jay Dargett. Oh, that's going to go to the wrong thing. Thank you, Timing and Scoring, for screwing that up. But there we go. We'll get the correct replay here. And, oh, Tyler Vantel caught the wall. Dargett up on the inside and nowhere to go. And look out. He takes a little bit of a ride down into turn number 1. Tough break for Jay Dargett. He's been around the sim for a long, long time, and I've had the pleasure of knowing the great man of Jay Dargett for, well, about 10 years now. In fact, go back to before we come over to iRacing on the dirt side of things. I was actually on the same team as Mr. Old Man Jay Dargett, so I'll never forget. He was actually one of the first guys to give me a sprint car set up on the other platform we used to play on, and well, that thing was just hauling A55, and I used that pretty much everywhere. Just made a few little adjustments, and it was flying. Speaking of flying, we're going to go green flag, and the green flag will be flying and waving with just 3 to run. Clinkerbeard, don't be that buzzkill. Give Billy Northcutt his first feature win of the season. Points-wise, Jack Clevenger runs in 10th, so you're more than likely going to reclaim the point standings after 4 weeks of competition. 3 to run. Come on, Billy Northcutt. We go green. Off turn number 4 in Clinkenbeard. He's going to be the buzzkill. Can he take the win away from him? Can he go and pick up a second feature win of the season? Northcutt just looked a little better out of 2 and down the back stretch. 2 to run for Billy Northcutt. He's done everything right so far, but it's the last lap that counts. He needs to get a lap and a half Perfect. Clinkerbeard closes in. Luther running in third position. The white flag is out. I'm sure he's nervous as hell right now. Down into turn number 1 and 2. Clinkerbeard is right there with him. He pull up on the inside. What a finish we're going to have down into turn number 3 and 4. Clinkerbeard to the outside. Northcutt to the outside. Side by side of the line. Oh, man, Nick Clinkerbeard, you are a horrible, horrible man. Clinkerbeard will steal that win away from Billy Northcutt. Oh man, Clinkerbeard and Northcutt, what a finish. Let's take a look at your finishing results. Clinkerbeard by 0.059 of a second. He gets the win and he's second in 4 races. Northcutt home in second. Third will go to Sage Luther. Tyler Vantol fourth. Joshua Dubb going to round out your top 5. Evan McElhaney in 6th, James Cavaliero 7th, Alexander Cowan 8th, 9th goes to Jack Clevenger, and Nathan Voss will round out your top 10. Jay Dodge, Trailer Snyder, Leighton Kramer, James Kaufman, and Blake Depanay, your 15 cars and stars. Well, he is probably the harshest man on the racetrack right now. He couldn't let someone get their first win, but nonetheless, a hell of a drive. He led only 1 lap, and it happened to be the lap that counted. Nick Clinkerbeard, congratulations on going to victory lane, and congratulations on picking up your 2nd win of the season, champion.
I appreciate it, Brett. Yeah, we had a good run, and didn't know if I was going to get by Billy there, but I noticed he was sliding out, and I'd been running the top there later in the race, and I knew I had one shot at it, and it was holding the bottom there, and luckily it worked out for us. I was just hoping I didn't push off enough forward to get into him, but it worked out for us, so I'm happy for it.
Talk us what was going through your mind on that final restart, knowing that there was only 3 laps left to run, and there was only going to be a number of opportunities to get that job done and park the thing in victory lane again.
Yeah, honestly, I was okay with running second for points. I wanted to win it, but I didn't know if we had enough to get him. But when I saw him starting to kind of slide up, I thought maybe I could try it, maybe it'd work, and luckily it did.
Well, a couple of weeks ago, you picked up your first win of the season at Cedar Lake. Now you come into Weedsport here tonight. And, what does it mean for you to not only pick up your 2nd win, but also regain the points lead going into what is going to be the next 9 weeks, I think it is?
Oh, yeah, it's nice. Of course, I mean, that's the final goal here is to win the points. I know we've been pretty good all season. We had a bad race last week. I didn't have much expectations coming into this week because I've only drove this track once, but yeah, I'm just happy on the finish. I'd have been happy with 2nd too, though.
All right, next week we go to Lernerville. Your thoughts on that racetrack and thoughts going into the next week, knowing that you're going to carry a bit of momentum as well.
I think the winner will be the guy that doesn't go off the top of the track.
Well, we'll look forward to going to Lernerville next week. But Nick, congratulations, 2nd win of the season. Before we let you go, of course, we know you've got a good-looking hot rod, got a good lot of sponsors behind you. Who are those people? Who gets it done for you?
Bottom Recovery, 41 Shocks, Machine Works, Brexton Construction, Chicken Express is the main sponsor, and I'd like to thank my wife and kid.
All right, there we go. Nick Clinkerbeard, ladies and gentlemen, your winner here tonight. Home in 2nd spot tonight, and man, he done everything right except for probably half a lap. Billy, I wasn't trying to be biased or anything, buddy, but man, I was cheering you on to get your first win. How you feeling after that one?
Hey man, you can't be mad about that. I mean, like I've said in here, I mean, this is the only time I ever run these sprint cars. I don't practice them, I don't race them. Just once a week in here, I just come in and wing it, and I felt awesome in this race today. Like I was just kind of locked in, and then all those cautions late were kind of like calling timeouts before your free throws in a big championship game or something, and I finally made a mistake, and Nick's good, man. He was there waiting for it, and I went a little too hard in 1 and 2 on the last lap, and I lost my tires a bit, had to regather, and I wasn't gonna block the guy, so I just sent it in deep and figured I'd see where we ended up, drag race it to the finish. I mean, it was my fault, and he earned that victory, and I'm happy for him.
Oh, yeah, there's a number of times where you sort of call it the back end of the lap traffic. What's it like trying to pass the lap traffic, but also do it to where you keep that same distance to the guys behind you?
Yeah, that can be pretty stressful on a track like this because they can even get out of your way and they're still kind of in the way because it's not a real big track. There was a couple of times where I was pretty nervous, and then one of those times, I mean, there was a car flipping down the front stretch, and I kind of drove through, and my body just went into a different realm for a second. Like I didn't know if I was gonna make it out of that one, but we did, and I had a blast. I don't care if I won or not necessarily. I'm just having a good old time in here with these guys.
All right. Well, yeah, you've picked up, I think, your second podium so far. You've had a third at Eldora, now a second here tonight. Next week we go to Lernerville. Is that do you feel comfortable at a racetrack like Lernerville to where you can maybe pick up your first win of the season?
I feel pretty good at Lernerville and other cars. I've never turned a lap there in a sprint car before, so I maybe should get on that and see what we can have for these guys next week.
All right, Billy. Well, congratulations on second spot here tonight. No doubt you've got a lot of good people behind you, a lot of good sponsors on this race car. Now's your opportunity to thank those people and sponsors, champion.
Oh, yeah, man. I just want to thank all my Dirt Panda teammates. We got a couple of new guys this week, Jesse Osborne and Blake Depinet. Blake was in here. He started the race pretty good in here and won his heat and had a little bit of misfortune there in the feature, and he pulled off. But he's got a lot of potential, and I thank my dad and my wife and my mother-in-law and everybody that watches and cheers me on. It makes me really try for this stuff and have a lot of fun. And most of all, I want to thank you and everybody that does broadcasting, because that really makes it mean something to us, and it gives us something to look forward to. And you're one of the best in the business, so I appreciate you.
Thanks, buddy. Hopefully you can get that first win here in the not too distant future, buddy. Well done on second, Billy.
Hey, thank you, Brett. You have a good night.
There we go. Billy Northcutt, ladies and gentlemen, home in second spot, home in third spot tonight. And, well, he was right around the top three all night, but Sage Luther comes home in your final podium position. Sage, congratulations on the third place finish here tonight. Boy, that looked like the very, very tough racetrack out there tonight.
Yeah, Weedsport is always hard.
Coming into tonight, just trying to look at the point standings. You've only done one race prior to this one. So what was your expectations coming into tonight, being Weedsport such a difficult racetrack to not only keep it off the inside wall on the inside of the racetrack, but also that outside concrete wall, like what we've seen in practice, and of course that first heat race.
Yeah, I didn't really have any expectations. I just wanted to have some fun, and got second in the first heat race, so got to start the feature, and I just tried to race clean. I kind of got to 18 in the wall, and I was looking down at the laps to see where we were, but it was a pretty fun race.
All right, we had a couple of late cautions there inside the last 10 laps. Our last caution came with 3 to go. You're sitting in third position at that point. What was your mindset and what was your plan of attack for those next 3 laps?
Well, I was going to try to just work the bottom and just hope one of them messed up or got into each other, but I didn't start very good. They kind of got away, so I just did, and then they got into I don't know if they got into each other or what happened. But Nick passed for first, so I didn't know if I was going to get second or third, but I'm happy with third.
Yeah, so you should be, buddy. Well done on third place. Before we let you go, of course, sponsors, shouts, all that good stuff. Champion, who makes this happen for you?
I'm just self-sponsored, really.
All right, well, we'll look forward to hopefully see you back next week at Lernerville, buddy.
Yeah, thanks.
All right, Sage Luther, they're home in third spot. That'll wrap up the podium interviews, the post-race interviews. Well done to Nick Klinkenbeard, who gets the job done. He takes away a win from Billy Northcutt, but as Billy said, he earned that one, and hopefully we'll see Billy get his first feature win shortly. But Nick Klinkenbeard, ladies and gentlemen, first winner or first driver to claim 2 victories so far in the first 4 weeks, and he will reclaim the point standings. Don't forget, we do have a supporter giveaway for just $4.99 a month. You can be in the draw at the end of the month. You've got to be a supporter at the end of the month. You will go in the draw to win $50. Of course, the more supporters we have, once we get to about 15 supporters, we're going to bump that up to $100. So the more support that we have, the more money that you get a chance to win at just $5. Whether it's $50, it might be $100. Hell, it might even jump up to $150 or $200. You never know. You never know your luck at the end of the month. So again, all you got to do is hit that support now button and be a supporter before the end of the month for the drawing. Again, a big thank you to, of course, FEGPC, Jeff Ford, and what he does for not only the asphalt side of things, but also what he's now doing on the dirt side. And this is his first series and first season on the dirt side, and he's finally come over to the light. The dark side is the asphalt. We know asphalt's getting to the dirt racetracks. I just kid with that one. That's an old joke that the dirt side has, and yeah, big thanks to Jeff and what he does for the entire community, whether it's building PCs for iRacing or simulators, the Microsoft Flight Simulators. He does all that, so check him out at FEGPC.net for all your computer needs. A big thank you to, of course, World of Thunder Esports League, SRT Australia, Rocket Racing Setups, FEGPC, and Heatwave Designs. Check them out on all the social media pages. Keep up to date with the people that support sim racing and support us here at UltimateDirtTV. Until next time, ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of the team here at UltimateDirtTV and the management behind the scenes, this is Brett Wheeler signing off, saying good night. We'll see you in about 30 minutes' time for the stars of tomorrow's the 410 Winged Sprint Car Series. Good night.